Hello there, it's Diorama Don here. Welcome everybody. And as you can see this time, it is the subject of a Paris metro street scene. So we've got two entrances going down, going under a subway, leading to the Paris metro. So we could have anything we like here. We've got a German half track there, or if you've just finished a tank you want to present, and that could fit in there quite nicely. Anything, in fact, any kind of vehicle that you want to present. This would be just an idea to present it rather than it just standing on a plinth. This would make it look a little more in keeping. So anyway, let's get on with the video and I will show you exactly how I went about making it. In the meantime, would you please subscribe to the channel? We're still I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So as I sit here in September, I've still got a way to go yet. So please help the channel out by subscribing and clicking the notification bell and everything else you see. If you see it, click it. So let's get on with the video then, and I'll show you how I went about making it. So let's make a start then. I'm going to use predominantly, for a change this time, 2mm cardboard. And as you know, I make almost all of my dioramas and all models with 2mm cardboard. I swear by it. So if you can get hold of 2mm, or if not, stick thinner pieces together to make up 2mm. So we need cardboard and polystyrene. I'm going to use the polystyrene for street level, but I need it to be this high for the steps to go down into, if you know what I mean. So with a 1/35 scale person, he's going to be able to walk down the steps and the corridor at the bottom to go left or right. Okay, so that's why I'm using 3 1-inch thick pieces. So what we need are the stairs. We need 2 sets of stairs, one either side of the street. So we need a piece of card this size, and I've forgotten what it is. 4 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to have to use feet and inches, I'm afraid. You can convert this to millimeters if you like. It's just that it by using feet and inches, the way I do it, it divides quite nicely into it, whereas millimeters might not divide into the same size. But I'm sure you get the gist of things. So 4 1/8 long and 2 3/4 inches high. Once you've got that, then you can mark out a grid of how long you want the steps to be. In this case, 3/8 of an inch. So 3/8, 3/8, 3/8, 3/8, 3/8, 3/8, and the step itself 1/4 of an inch. So that means that 3/8 divides into 4 1/8 easily, exactly rather, and 1/4 of an inch divides into 2 3/4 exactly. So that's the grid that we need. Once you've got the grid like that, cut the bottom step across there like that, and then the next one cut further back 3/8 of an inch, then the next one go up back 3/8 of an inch. So you keep cutting back like that, going back 3/8 of an inch each time, and then all you have to do then is just cut off the 1/4 inch high steps, and you end up with that, and that's going to be just about the right size then for the steps. Then you must decide how wide you want the steps to be. Of course, that would be up to you. In my case, I'm making them 2 3/4 inches wide. So with a piece of 2 3/4 inches wide. Okay, that will stick on there like that, and that on this side, and then there'll be a piece like that there. Okay, so this piece is going to be 2 3/4 inches wide and 2 3/4 inches high, because they're the dimensions of the stairs and how wide it is. And this piece is going to be 4 1/8 inches that way. But when you look down the steps, they're going to be able to walk to the left or the right. Now, we're not going to be able to see all where they walk to, but we're going to see just a little bit. So we just need this this bit on the end. So when these go like that, you'll look down the steps and you'll see that they can walk left or right. But of course you won't see it all, because you'll have other pieces of polystyrene there. Please believe me. So this is the size. This is the size of the base that you need. So 2 3/4, 4 1/8, and then an inch, and then an inch that way, an extra inch, and an inch that way. Okay, so I'll stick those on there, and that on there. Then when I've done that, I can put my steps and risers on. So the size is 1/4 inch by 3/8 inch. So that's the steps of your risers and your steps. So a load of risers like that, easy to stick across the steps like that, and then these are going to sit on the top like that. In fact, it will be like that. Oh gosh. Well, anyway, it's going to be like that. There'll be a riser there and a riser at the back there. So it's still going to be 3/8 inch and 1/4 inch. They're the sizes of your risers and steps. So I'll go away, do all of that, stick it all together, put my steps together, and we'll do the next bit. Okay, so I've got 2 sets of stairs now. If you remember, that's how we marked it out and cut out the steps, and I stuck the risers and the steps in. The steps are just a little bit longer than the riser. I think that would be more in keeping. So anyway, we've got 2 sets of stairs. So what we need is to set them into the ground. So I've got my 1 inch polystyrene. Just lay it on and mark around, and then cut that shape out, and then mark in the same position, exactly the same position for the second one. So it's like that. So I can push my stairs into there, that into there, and then do the same there. With the top, it will come across the bottom of the stairs there. So when I put, that's the right way around, that's it. So it'll be like that. So now the stairs are street level, and you can see down the stairs, and you can see that where you would turn left or right when you get to the bottom. This piece doesn't need to be as far back. You might bump your head a bit. I might be a little bit low, but well, generally speaking, that's just about it. I've done this in 2 parts rather than one long piece, because I want this to be the road in the middle. So I've cut out where the road will be, and of course this is going to, a 1 inch high curb is going to be just a little too high. So I've cut a thinner piece of polystyrene to go in there. The curb's still high, but I can raise that with a couple of pieces of cardboard underneath. But basically that's the diorama completed. I need to put the railings around the steps and make it look lovely, and a cobbled street, obviously, in between the two, for the road in between the two stairs. The only way I can't stick this together now permanently, because I won't be able to get down there for my painting. So I will take these, I will take these off and just leave the one piece, and then do what painting I need to do, then put the second piece on, do the painting there, and then so on and so forth. Okay, I think that's clear. So I will put cardboard on the top as well, and mark out some kind of paving stones and curb stones, do my road, and put a border all the way around as well. Then I'll come back and we'll do the elaborate, or as elaborate as I can, the rail around the stairs. Okay, so I'll do all of that and come back, and we'll carry on from there. So I put all the pieces of the 3 pieces of 1-inch polystyrene all stuck together, and put my staircase in there, and then sort of painted as I came up. So put one piece in, paint it, second piece in, paint a bit more. Otherwise I couldn't get down in there to paint. And all it is grey grout, tile grout, and then sponged off with a damp sponge after, just to give that worn concrete look. So I think we've achieved that. That looks okay. Then on the top, 2 more pieces of cardboard, and I put my cobbled street in between. If you want to know how I do my cobbled street, I've done a few videos now how I do it. Again with grey tile grout, that's all. Just a wet layer all over the surface, and then after 45 minutes or so, then you can mark out the individual cobbles. Cardboard either end, and I've carved into the cardboard the shape of the paving slabs that will go all around the entrance. And what I want, because it's entrance to the metro, but it's also an underpass. Well, there wouldn't need to be an underpass because you could just cross the road. So I want fencing, a fence all the way either side of the road there, and I think it'll make it look a little more interesting. So with lollipop sticks, popsicle sticks, I've cut there'll be 3 pillars and then 2 sections of fence. So I've worked out what length of fence it would be either side of the pillar. In this case 3.5 inches, I think. And then cut 1/8 of an inch strips, and then with toothpicks, I've got some really expensive toothpicks with a lovely pattern in the top of the toothpick for you to hold on to, and that will look good at the top of the fence itself. So what I did was, once I'd got my 2 pieces of popsicle stick and then cut off 1.25 inch length for the posts, I just stuck the 2 ends, because it's the same as making a ladder. It's very difficult to do all at once, but once you've got that, and that with a PVA glue holding that on, once that is dry, then it's easy then to put the other parts of the fence in. I can just put glue along each cross member there and just lay these on, and space them out accordingly until you get something like that. Oh, that one slipped. I've got to redo that one. But then it'll end up like that, and then the posts are just 3 pieces of 2mm cardboard, and they will go either end like that. So that will make a decent fence then along there, either side of the road. Okay, so I'll carry on and do that, finish that off. Then all that will remain is the fence around the entrance, around the stairs, and then going up, the sign going around there. Now, if you look at entrances to Paris Metro, they were built around the time of Art Nouveau, 1920s, around that time, 1910, 1920s. And they are some of them are a very beautiful Art Nouveau type of entrance. So I want to try to recreate that using cardboard. Not going to be easy. I'm not envisaging it being an easy operation, but I'll get to that when we get to it. So I'll finish these fences off, put the fence around there, and then come back and try to sort out how I'm going to make my Art Nouveau entrance signs. Well, try anyway. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I put the rest of the fencing together and painted them red oxide, stuck them either side of the road there, and I think they look okay then for the road fencing. So I didn't want the fence around the staircase to be the same. Looking at photographs again on Google of Paris Metro entrances, of which there are a lot of photos, the design, the Art Nouveau design of the fence all around is just phenomenal, beautifully ornate wrought iron gate fencing. So I've tried to recreate it with 2mm card, and I just stuck some coins on the inside just to make it look a little more ornate. But it's just sections cut from 2mm cardboard. I think it will be okay. Now for the most important thing. If you look at entrances to Paris Metro, they are incredibly beautifully ornate design of the entrance. So I've carefully tried to copy as best I can the basic shape of just half of the entrance, like so, and I basically come up with that kind of shape, and then on a piece of card, where are we? Yeah, just draw around so I've got half of the shape, and then the only way I could make it concentric is I'll turn that over and then do the same on this side, so it will be exactly the same both sides. Yeah, of equal shape, until when you cut it out it'll look like that, and then with the word Metro in the middle like that. When it's all finished, get in, it'll be something like that. These will be lamps. They are, well, a very strange shape, probably Lullique lampshades at the top there, but I've just got a ball that I'll paint red, and then I'll bend this card around it to make the lampshade. And also, because I shall need to bend this card, if you look at the side, this part leans back and this leans forward, or the other way around. But they're not just a flat design. They're sort of, yeah, bent. So the only way I can do that is to stick 18 gauge wire along these pieces here, so that I can adjust accordingly. Again, if you look at photographs, it looks as though there is wire intertwined in the wrought iron design of the entrance. Okay, enough talking. So that's one of them. I'll do the other one the same. Put that there. Put my lamps either side, and the word Metro, I'm going to have to make that freehand because I don't have a printer to download the actual sign, so I'm going to have to do that freehand. So I don't know what sort of mess that will be. Paint it all up, stick it on, and then that will be the end. So I'll do all that, come back, and we'll see what the finished diorama will look like. Okay, project finished now. I think it turned out reasonably well. I was a little worried early on because all it was looking like was a cardboard box with just 2 holes in it. But now I've got the fencing and the street lamps and the archway leading down to the subway. I think it looks okay. So I did what I said I would do, put the wire, glue the wire onto the cardboard, because that's generally the shape of the archway, like that, with the 2 red lights leading down, shining down into this subway. So there we are. It took a lot of work to do, but I'm glad it turned out okay in the end. If you're interested in the street lamps, I've made previous videos on how to make those. Okay, so it's just a different idea to show off your vehicle, whatever you're making. So it could either be Paris 1943 with the German half-track, or it could be Paris 1944 with the Sherman, or we could move up to 1953 with whatever car that is, or 1965 with whatever car that is. But that's the year of manufacture. So I think maybe that suits the scene quite nicely. If you've got something like, I mean, this is a cardboard version. Again, if you're interested, I've made videos of how to make a cardboard Sherman. But if you have made a plastic kit and you need to show it off rather than just stick it on a pedestal, then this is just an idea of something that you could do. Just makes it very much more interesting, I think. Okay, anyway, I will leave it with you. Thank you very much for watching this video. As always, please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in model making, in particular scratch build model making that costs very little money to make. In this case, all I've used is polystyrene and cardboard. That's all, nothing else. So if you are interested in this kind of thing as a hobby, I've made well over 200 videos of various projects, and there will be many more to come. So please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell, and you will be notified when new videos come along. Click the thumbs up, click the share, and if you so wish, click the thanks button to pay for my cardboard. Okay, I'll leave it with you. Thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, I wish you the very best of happy modelling.